Alright, also LR Super 17 is officially in game now, and today we're going to take a look at what this guy is able to do. We're going to run him on the GT Bosses team. Now, his original release was a big failure, but I think as EZA seems like it'll be pretty good. I'm excited to see how this guy's able to operate in game. And we will just try one or two runs here in the Goku Black Zamasu fight. I think we'll also go into the Hybrid Saiyans fight and kind of call it a day from there. Not much to do in Dokkan recently, but again, 17 at least is a character that I think will impact the GG Bosses team and villains in a pretty nice way. So this guy's a bit interesting. There's one part of his passive that I don't like that I'll point out here. So we see he's at 627k defense start of turn. That is a pretty decent amount considering the amount of multiplicative defense this guy will be able to get. But we do want to keep in mind he does get an extra 170% defense when there's a target Goku or Android's category ally in the same turn. Along with that, he gets another 17% damage reduction. This does not apply to GT bosses, unfortunately. He also does have Rainbow Orb changing, which is useful for this guy. We'll talk about that reason specifically, but so Baby is actually a target Goku character. In terms of GT bosses, Baby is the only target Goku character besides 17. Well, actually, that's not necessarily true, to be fair. There's a bunch of like other characters that are on the team, such as the Frieza and Cell card. There's like Hellfighter 17. I think that Jiro and Mew are on there. But in terms of relevant GT bosses characters right now, it's only the Super Baby 2. None of the Shadow Dragons are on target Goku, unfortunately. So that is a thing we do need to keep in mind for 17. And of course, androids are pretty much even more limited in terms of GT bosses. Now, when we get to like Inhuman Deeds, there are like the Golden Friezas, which you could definitely use on this team, but again, that could also mess things up a little bit in terms of like Big Bad Bosses, etc. So, I mean, it's just situational, but it's not difficult to get his full passive if you really want to. It's just a little bit wonky with the team building at times. Not that big of a deal. Now, he does also get extra stats per androids, target Goku, or GT bosses in the same turn. And that can go up to 50% attack and defense per ally on the turn, which is 150% when we count all three of these characters. So that is really good. And you see right here, he does get a lot of ki from these Rainbow Ki Spheres. With every Rainbow Ki Sphere he obtains, he will get Ki 2, and then he gets up to 2 additional attacks, each of which have a great chance to become a super attack. All he needs to do is grab 2 Rainbow Ki Spheres, so we could just go ahead and give him all of that. And now we're looking pretty nice here. He does link pretty decently with a Baby, so that is also another little plus there. And we actually had a pretty good starting rotation. Now, when it comes to 17, he does get 100% defense when receiving an attack, along with an additional 17% damage reduction. Then for every attack received, he'll get Ki 1 up to Ki 7, and then a 10% chance to crit, 10% attack and defense, up to 70%. Getting instantly super attacked is not good at all. We might actually even die. Yep, we do just instantly die. So let's hop back in. Why not? All right, we're back here. Pretty decent starting rotations, I would say. I think the game is a little slow, actually. Dude, I don't know what's been going on today. Like, I had to reset my rotations, or I just straight up died in the first turn by like instant Shenron like 16,000 billion times. It's been like half an hour since I last paused this, by the way. So let me just fix this. All right, should be good. Again, with the Ki Spheres, we definitely want to make sure we grab as many as we can. We do need to save some for Omega too. We'll just go ahead and get this with 17. Now, Omega is going to be giving us some extra damage reduction, which is really cool. And Golden Frieza does also give the target Goku buff. So I think we're looking pretty good here. In terms of our defensive stat, we have 592k defense. We do have Omega support up. Really, let's just see what happens here. So 17, what kind of attack stat are you gonna hit on this turn? 16 mil still. Alrighty, that seems just fine to me. And boop. Perfect, perfect. I don't know exactly why I did the boop, but yeah. Anyways, let's hopefully get to these additional supers. That'd be really nice. And I mean, if Goku Black supers me instantly, we are actually in a better position this time, as we have 10% more reduction though. And we also did attack as well, so that gives us a ton of extra defense. It'll be interesting to see if Goku Black does super us here, and I kind of do want to see that. That would be ideal. Doesn't seem like there is a Goku Black super because AoE's in slot 1, unfortunately, but that's fine. Zamasu super attack would also work out. I mean, Zamasu doesn't hit the hardest, but yeah, okay, unfortunately, no super attack from Zamasu specifically. That's fine. We're getting 17 built up. Again, he does want to receive up to 7 attacks, so hopefully that does work out for us. Baby is actually not going to transform, because I believe Baby, it's turn 3, but from his entrance turn, no? Yep. So Baby won't transform next turn, but that's okay. He's in slot 7 because, you know, the characters I want to have on rotation are always in slot 7, of course. That's not really the big deal for Baby, though. Dude, I cannot, like, tell you guys how many rotations I had with 17 in the 7th slot, which is probably because it's 17, but it was very annoying. So, we'll see what happens next turn. Alright, chat, good news and bad news. Good news. Baby's here. Bad news, he's locked in slot 1. Like the fraud idiot he is. Do you know what I'm doing? That's right. Call me a fraud. Call me a loser. I don't care. I'm hitting 17 slot 1. There's nothing you can do about it. Who does it link better with? We do get... What link is this? That is Nightmare. And of course, it's Fierce Battle. Okay. Whoa. I mean, Fear and Faith versus Nightmare. But Legendary Power. It's the same thing. I'll just keep Omega on rotation. Okay, so... I mean, we're going to put 17 here just because he has basically the max reduction that he'd be able to get. So, again, if we do all the math for that, which, you know, haha, funny math, right? But when we consider everything, he'll have 17% from his baseline passive, right? He'll also have 17% from the receiving an attack. On top of that, we have Target Goku, so that's another 17%. And both Omegas are providing 20%. Lots of numbers here, but he's at 71% damage reduction on this turn. His defense, he will get 100% when receiving an attack. Now, since he received 3 attacks, it's not going to be a pure 100% on this number we see, but still going to be a pretty substantial boost. If we get to the next turn, he'll also be able to use his active skill, so that's why I'm kind of like putting him in slot 1 to try and receive all these attacks here, but... Fingers crossed, guys. Let's see what happens. Surely everything goes just well and fine. All right. Okay. Goku Black won't super him at least until after he attacks, if he does decide to super him. 29 mil super attack. We'll take it. 17, again, at this point, does have a pretty, like, significant chance to perform a crit as well. So, I mean, 29 mil to potentially, like, 320 mils with, like, nearly guaranteed crits. Why is this guy doing more damage than, like, STR Broly? Am I crazy? He's, like, doing more damage than Super Easy STR Broly, man. But sure. And he's tankier on top of that. It seems like Goku Black's not going to Super Slam 1 here. Zamasu Super is not going to do any damage to us. Like, we're just going to kind of eat that. Yep. Very, very good eats. Yeah, I mean... double digits just makes a lot of sense. Yeah, 70% reduction here, man. So the next turn, we are not gonna have the full damage reduction, right? Because Golden Frieza isn't gonna be here, and Baby's not gonna be here. So we're gonna only have the Omega Shenron kind of damage reduction, right? So we'll be losing 17%. He'll still be at what? I think it's 54% reduction, which is still a pretty good amount. It's just that we won't be able to, like, just put him in slot 1 like that, but that's fine. That's if we also... Come on. We need to dodge this. 80%, man. You got this, right, baby? You got this, buddy. I trust you. Yep. W, baby. W, baby. Look at him cook. Okay, we might just straight up kill this guy here. I don't know, chat. He might just be dead. We'll use Golden Frieza here. How much damage reduction does Golden Frieza have on this turn? Look, we'll come to the next rotation. We'll figure things out, and we'll get 17's active skill. Honestly, I decided we'll let this turn play out. Well, you know, I'm letting this turn play out, but Rose might just die to the super. We do live at full HP. Okay, we're good. I didn't use any active skills or anything to buff Goku Black, which I'm glad I didn't use Rose's active. Well, I guess Rose would get buffed, but our Rose would also get buffed, if that makes sense. Like, would we have taken less damage from that? I actually don't know how the specific numbers would work out, but we should be good to go. I mean, if Omega takes damage from normals here, that's just a dupe diff, like my 55% Omega. It's just a free-to-play struggle. What could I say, guys? I'm a free-to-play player just like you guys, surely. My 55% Omega Shenron. Now we should be fine. He's happy managed everything. W Omega Shenron for sure. So again, next turn we'll have 17's active skill, because we did receive all 7 attacks, I believe. Because we received 3 turn 1 and then 6 the last turn, so we should be good to go. And unless I'm misremembering how things worked, there was like 2 different runs in this specific fight specifically, but we should have the active note. Yep, there it is. Perfect. We could also use Omega's domain here, which will buff the active skill damage. So I think I will go ahead and do that. When it comes to Omega's domain, it does increase the damage that extreme class characters do, whether it's your allies or your enemies. So we gotta keep that in mind. But we're gonna go ahead and use this domain, and then we'll use 17's active skill, which will give an attack and defense debuff. So 17's active does also activate his full passive essentially start of turn, besides the damage reduction he gets and the extra 100% defense when receiving an attack. But again, we'll go ahead and use this right now. Let's see what 17's able to do. I mean, it does have a flat 17% attack and defense lower, which is pretty good. A flat 17%, like the start of turn, we'll take that for sure. And let's see what 17 does. Alright, WLR Super 17. So I think that did pretty decent damage altogether. I don't know where this guy's super attack is gonna be, so that's a little scary. But you know what? We'll do a risky game here. Well, okay, I think I'll do this here. This is a riskier game, to be fair, but I like the idea of this potentially. I feel like Goku Black, if he supers us instantly anyways, we're screwed over. But we'll do this here, and we'll get all these techies for 17, and just get a lot of healing here. Perfect. Okay. All right. Ooh, I did not think you would take that much damage. To be fair, he does get all of his defense with supering, so I'm just kind of I'm a little silly person right there. That I guess I'm a little silly, just a little bit silly. I should have, I guess, because I would get way more healing with 17 slot 1. So things are gonna work out. We might just straight up kill with Omega actually here. So I mean, WLR Super 17 debuff help me live, chat. Look at that, man. W debuffs. Now if Goku Black Super's here, we're still dead, but you know, still W debuffs. Yep, we're good. Yeah, okay. I like 17. I think he seems good to me. I mean, got one shot instantly right there, but you know, I think he seems like he'll be a pretty strong option regardless. So let's go ahead. We'll move on to the Hybrid Saiyans fight, and we'll see what 17 is able to do there. I'll be interested to see what happens like when we're like I could run the Golden Frieza and Gogeta card, I think is what we'll do. And I could actually just like continue talking in this screen because there's no copyrighted music. I will always appreciate the non-copyright music right there. Let's hope our rotations are good. I'll just keep this part of the video uncut just because if we get bad rotations, I want you guys to see pain and suffering and agony I go through for every single showcase. We'll take off LR Rose. Yeah, we'll take off LR Rose for this one. We'll bring in the Golden Frieza Gogeta. So we have a ton of target Goku characters. Let's see what happens. Okay, of course, 2 of them are in the same rotation here. 17's in slot 7, guys. You know what? I'll keep this one. And we'll just come around to win 17's on rotation because we could actually have the Scouter for Super Baby 2 by having him on rotation. He'll have the Scouter ability, I believe, with full GT Bosses rotation or full Extreme Class actually. Baby's kit is still like newish, so I'm like still trying to like remember the exact details, especially because he has so many different conditions. But yeah, so we'll be able to see what the super is. Well, I think both of them will super slot 1, right? If I'm not mistaken. Either way, we'll just kind of figure things out, and we'll be right back. All right, here's the voiceless transformation. We do love these so much, so please give us so many more of these. Where's the super attack at with 17 with Goten and Trunks? It is in the 2nd slot. So, okay. This is a 17 without any buildup. Goten and Trunks do start hitting really hard. What I think I'll do is I could put Omega someone. Omega's actually able to live this super attack pretty decently. Well, to be fair, I'm thinking about it, and there's 2 AoEs. Cause Baby, I could put him in slot 2, I guess. But I want to see what 17 takes from the super, honestly. There's a 17 without any buildup, but we do have pretty good stuff here altogether. Because I would ideally like Omega to get big bad bosses, but the turn after we could actually use the Golden Frieza's target skill, so it doesn't really matter. We use Omega's active as well. I haven't used Omega's active because I didn't want to just like instantly kill Goten and Trunks. Because, I mean, if I went all out, Goten and Trunks would already be dead from Golden Frieza and Gogeta's active skill. Like, the target skill would have just, like, absolutely obliterated last turn. And, again, we would have done just significantly more damage the first turn as well. It's just, I keep getting 17 in slot 7, so, you know, what am I going to do? Just, like, I'm not going to just sit down and cry like a little child. I'm just going to do what I gotta do, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Actually, I just kind of started saying shit, man. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Okay, we will give you. I think we'll grab this. Let's save some of those S tier key spheres that I can for Baby, and we'll get this here. W Baby, always humping the air like that. W Baby. All right, we should be good with Omega though. I mean, Gohan Super doesn't really hit hard enough, so it's fine. We might take more damage than like maybe 200k-ish or so, just because we don't have big bad bosses. Nah, even without it, we're good here. Am I stupid? I didn't even see that they were supering right there. Am I dumb? I think I might be like 2 IQ. I didn't know they double supered? Am I missing something? I might just... Did I just forget how the fight works? Huh? Oh, wait. I didn't know they double... Yeah, well, there's 2 super... I guess I don't remember that they double super. Am I washed? I'm washed. I think I'm just washed, actually. I just do it where I just don't remember that. I mean, I know they do. I just don't remember. Wow. All right. Well, 17's gonna actually kill them. So the whole point is ruined. Oh, they're alive. Thank you. Thank you, 17. All right, 17. You know what, 17? If you live this, I'd be very impressed. I will be. I will be extremely impressed with you and your performance. We have a target Goku ally. You have 3 attacks received. You will receive 1 more attack on top of this. You're going to get the support here. We could switch to Gogeta. It doesn't really matter though. I mean, let's see what happens. We're not using the target skill. Just purely 17 and his performance. He's actually only going to... He's not even going to receive any attack before this. Gohan's a little built up. Gohan starts hitting really hard, but 17 does that. Okay. Well, okay. With that in mind, 17 is pretty overall good, I would say. There are some situations where he's not going to be able to sit in slot 1 and just like tank for you. But I think he's a great addition to the team overall. If you do need another option, would he be a character that I would choose to run? Like if I have to, like if I have the best setup, would I say this guy's on there? I would say no. I think this guy isn't involved in like necessarily like the best Omega team setup, but he will be pretty good overall. I think that he has a lot of aspects from that are just generally good. He doesn't need too much for him to get built up. I just wish his extra reduction was also tied to GT bosses. Still, you could work around it. I would say maybe a turn 1 guard would just have been nice for this guy as well. But let me know what y'all are thinking. I can't even talk. Whatever. I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.